The soldiers mocked him. They placed a crown of thorns on his head and beat him. They laughed at him and called him a king. Blood ran down his face, but Jesus did not curse them. He did not resist. He remained silent. Jesus was forced to carry a heavy wooden cross through the streets. The pain was unbearable. He fell again and again under its weight. People watched him as he walked. Some cried. Some mocked him. Some simply watched without emotion. Along the way, a man was forced to help him carry the cross. When they reached the place of execution, they nailed Jesus to the cross and lifted him into the air. 2 criminals were crucified beside him. Pain covered his body, but his words shocked everyone. Instead of hate, he prayed for the people who were killing him. He asked God to forgive them because they did not understand what they were doing. One of the criminals mocked him, but the other asked Jesus to remember him. Jesus promised him that he would be with him in paradise. Even in his final hours, Jesus was saving lives and giving hope. As time passed, the sky grew dark. Jesus looked down and saw his mother. Even while suffering, he cared for her and entrusted her to his disciple. He said he was thirsty, and they gave him vinegar. Finally, he spoke words that changed history forever. He said that everything was finished. Then he placed his spirit into God's hands and died. The earth shook. The sky trembled. People realized something extraordinary had happened. Many who had mocked him now felt fear and regret. A Roman soldier said that Jesus truly was the Son of God. People thought the story was over. They placed his body in a tomb and sealed it with a stone. Guards were posted outside so no one could enter. But 3 days later, something impossible happened. The tomb was empty. Jesus had risen from the dead. In his final hours, Jesus did not show power. He showed love. He did not destroy his enemies. He forgave them. He did not save himself. He saved humanity. And the real question is not what happened to Jesus. The real question is what his story can change in your life today. Because his final hours were not the end. They were the beginning of hope for the entire world. After his resurrection, fear turned into faith, and sorrow turned into hope. The disciples who had once run away in fear now stood with courage they had never known before. They saw Jesus alive with their own eyes. They touched his hands. They heard his voice. And they realized that death had no power over him. Jesus appeared to them again and again. He spoke about love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. He reminded them that his mission was not finished and that their journey had just begun. He told them to spread his message to the world, to bring light where there was darkness and hope where there was despair. People who heard about him were amazed. Some believed instantly. Some doubted. Some were afraid of the truth. But his story could not be silenced anymore. The message of Jesus traveled from small villages to great cities, from simple fishermen to powerful rulers. It crossed oceans, cultures, and generations. And even today, millions of people around the world still speak his name with faith and reverence. What makes his final hours so shocking is not just the suffering he endured, but the love he chose to show. When anyone else would have hated, he forgave. When anyone else would have given up, he endured. When anyone else would have thought of themselves, he thought of humanity. His story reminds us that true strength is not found in revenge, but in mercy. True power is not found in violence, but in love. And true victory is not found in defeating others, but in saving them. Even after thousands of years, the final hours of Jesus Christ continue to move hearts, change lives, and inspire faith. Because his story is not just history. It is a living message. And maybe that is why his final hours still shock the world today.